Hello, what is up guys? Today we're going to be looking at the Synoid Gammacor Incarnon upgrade. I'm going to be showing you guys a build and what I use for the unlockable upgrades. Before I go over the build though, I need to show you guys how this weapon performs in mission. So we're going to go to Netra Cells. People who haven't done Netra Cells before, it's level 220 to 240 with extra HP and shields, increased chance of Eximus, no response, consumables only once every 3 minutes. Pretty much like Steel Path. A little bit harder than most Steel Path missions would be though, because it starts at level 220. Alright, and as per usual, we're gonna grab every key glyph. And the thing about the Synoid Gammacor is that the first thing that you unlock is getting more damage on energy spent. But I actually have too much efficiency for me to activate it without like using a bunch of energy. So I can get a little bit of extra damage, but I mean, I gotta be using my ability so much to get the extra damage. The main thing is that as long as you're using an ability every 10 seconds or within 10 seconds, once every like 8 seconds or so, 9 seconds, you'll be able to get the maximum amount of extra damage. But if you spend more than 10 seconds, then you're not going to be getting the extra damage. So this thing synergizes with caster frames or like any Warframe that uses like a bunch of energy when they're using their abilities and uses their abilities frequently. This is going to be a good weapon for Warframes that use a lot of energy and have a lot of energy in their pool. So this energizes more with like primed, flow, and energize rather than like streamline and fleeting. Because you actually want to be using the extra energy, but you're also going to need extra energy. So energize would be really good. Get you a bunch of extra energy and then prime flow so that you can hold on to all that energy. I can't really be using a whole bunch of energy because I don't even have energy. Alright, I'm going to use Roar. Just letting you guys know, this is with Roar. Pretty much no buffs though, and it's 2-shot. Not too bad. Other than Roar, we didn't really have a damage buff from like, I mean, we got a little bit of a damage buff, I'm pretty sure, from using Roar, but like the on energy spent damage buff I'm talking about. So obviously Roar gives us its own damage buff itself. So yeah, this thing is interesting. So like the regular Synoid Gammacor is a laser beam, but then the Incarnon form shoots out a projectile that does damage both on impact and then on explosion, which it takes like a second to explode. So as you can see, it does an explosion, and I think the explosion might have built-in heat damage, and the initial shot has built-in impact damage, and the regular Synoid Gammacor has magnetic damage. So we got base magnetic on the regular form, we got impact on the Incarnon on hit, so if you're hitting like direct damage, and then heat on the explosion that comes after the direct hit. So if you miss the direct hit, you can still do damage with the explosion. And the damage from the explosion is probably the majority of the damage that you're going to be getting anyways. But I still try to go for the initial hits too. No Roar activated right now. Let's activate it. These enemies are just dying too quickly, and they're all like weaker ones. My teammates are doing too good of a job. It's hard for me to show off the weapon. Okay, here we go. Eximus unit. So yeah, with pretty much no buffs and not Incarnon form. Now let's try Incarnon form against the Eximus. This guy had his armor stripped by somebody, but this guy has armor still. This Eximus unit still has armor. Let's see. 3 shots to kill him. Not too bad considering that I don't have like the full damage buff from spending energy. I only have a little bit of it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're using this weapon. If you're not constantly spending energy, you're missing out on the damage that you could be doing. Or you might be missing out on the damage. So being aware of that is important to get extra damage. That extra damage is like massive. Like bro, look how fast these guys die. It's insane. And this is just regular form too. I'm gonna go Incarnon form for a second. Show it off. Boom, 122,000 orange crit on this Eximus unit. 462k yellow crits. Another Eximus unit over here. Oh, this one's a tough Eximus unit. He's so tough that I'm not even doing damage to him. Bro, I had a invulnerability. I wonder what my teammates think of me never using my Wukong when I do these missions. Or my Wukong. Like bro, I could always be pulling out my Wukong, but I don't because I'm trying to show off the weapon and how good it is. Like the initial hit almost killed that dude. I missed on the initial hit there. Oh, what the heck? Like dude, this damage is crazy. And that's without Roar too. You put Roar on and boom, bro. Explosions. The Synoid Gammacor Incarnon mode or Incarnon upgrade is really the best of both worlds. Like, you got the laser beam, and then you also have the AoE explosions. Like, bro, laser beams and explosions are probably like my two favorite things to use in Warframe. They're just so good. So good for clearing out crowds. With the laser, you just aim right at them, fucking watch them explode. And with the explosion, I mean, shit, they're gonna be exploding. I'm missing. Dude, my aim is so bad. I can't hit the sweet spot, bruh. Shit. A little bit of a non-incarnon. Boom. Yes, enemy intensity increasing. Fog champ. Yeah, if you want, you can shoot this thing faster when it's in incarnon form. Like, I'm shooting it I'm not shooting it as fast as I could be. It's got a 1.4 fire rate with the, I'm pretty sure with the build I'm using, which slows down because I have the crit chance mod that takes away fire rate and gives crit chance. It's worth using, honestly. Like, if you're going for a purely status setup, no crit setup, like, I could understand. But if you got a maxed out Avenger, I mean, it's not always better, but when you have with the crit stats on here, I like seeing them big crits. Don't get me wrong, you do need status chance. You do need specific status procs to get extra damage. But at the end of the day, we all love seeing those orange and yellow crits and them big damage numbers. I don't know, leave in the comments, what is more satisfying to see? A bunch of status procs melting an enemy with damage over time, or single shotting an enemy for big damage and seeing orange, yellow, big numbers, or even red crits. What do you guys prefer? What is more satisfying? What gives you a bigger dopamine release? That's without any roar, any extra damage buffs. Oh, we finally got an Archon shard from doing a Netracell mission. You wouldn't believe how many... I feel like I've done like 10 Netracell missions without an Archon shard or something like that, bro. What are the drop chances? Like, it's gotta be stupid as fuck, bro. Anyway, let's look at the weapon. So, first off, we have Headshot Charging, Incarnon Transmutation, and Alt Fire Transmutes. It fires a projectile that pulls enemies into a cold damage explosion. Am I brain dead? A cold damage explosion. Huh? It does... Wait, what? Am I seeing stuff? Corrosive. Bro, where the hell did the corrosive damage come from? And where did it go? Wait a second. No, wait, how does this make sense? If you have corrosive damage built in, it's from electric and toxic. Oh, it's still there. Okay, what? What weapon am I thinking about? Oh, you know what? It has more heat probably because I have primed heated charge instead of like some normal heated charge. Ah. Alright, guys. Oh, I'm gonna have to put a text overlay where I said that it does heat damage on the explosion because it actually does corrosive damage. What the fuck? This whole time I was being stupid. It also on the on Incarnon form on the impact. Wait, what? Okay, now I'm actually confused. Wait a second, what's happening here? Incarnon form, it does impact on the initial hit, and then it does a cold damage radial attack with a range of 5 and wait, what do you mean reload from empty? What's happening here? Partial reload. Oh wait, what? Why is it doing corrosive though? What the fuck? Radial attack corrosive. Dude, am I crazy? Dude, what? Reloading it from empty does a radial attack? Wait, okay. Damage on the normal shot, right? The radial attack that explodes with cold damage. Oh, it sucks enemies in with a range of 5, right? What is reload? I'm about to wiki this. I don't remember seeing this before. Alright, so fires projectiles that pull enemies into a cold damage explosion. Incarnon form shoots semi-automatic projectiles that deal guaranteed impact proc on direct impacts, then pulls and staggers enemies within 5 meters for 1.2 seconds before exploding, inflicting pure 760 cold damage with a guaranteed cold proc on the explosion. Alright, this is from the wiki. I don't see anything on the wiki talking about on reload and from empty and shit like that. I don't know why. I don't know what this is about. On reload from empty and on partial reload. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry guys. If somebody could leave in the comments below what those mean, I don't even know. Anyways, so yeah, I was wrong about it doing heat damage on the explosion. It actually pulls in and does cold damage on the explosion. Looking at this stuff is a little bit confusing because as soon as you get to reload from empty and reload from not empty. But yeah, so the initial shot has a guaranteed impact proc. You could technically do something like this where impact status effects have a 35% chance to apply a slash status with 2 times the effect with when fire rates below 2.5, so you'll have a 70% chance to get slash procs. You could go with this, but I'm going with viral heat. So because of Cascadia Flare, we get an extra 480% damage on heat status effects, and so I go for this because we are able to get heat status effects really easy with all the status that we're getting from these mods and galvanized shots and the extra multi-shot from diffusion. We also have crit damage and crit chance and more fire rate and more multi-shots. So yeah, we got a lot of fire rate, a lot of multi-shots, a lot of crit chance, a lot of crit damage. We have viral status, bunch of status chance, and heat. So viral is going to be giving us an extra 4.25x multiplier once we get all the 10 procs up, and then heat is going to be stripping armor, crowd controlling enemies, and just melting them alive with damage over time. So yeah, you could swap something out for a Hammer Hage if you wanted to. You could go for a slash on impact setup, but I prefer going with the viral heat setup. So yeah, let me know below what you guys think. If you guys think Hammer Hage is a good mod to use for the build and how you would set up that build, because I'm curious what you would actually do to set that build up. I personally think this is a better build, so that's why I'm going with this. With this, we could get 25% extra multi-shot with channeled ability active, but you could also go with this, which is what I was doing, which is increased damage by 6, and on 50 energy spent, increased damage by 5 for 10 seconds, stacking up to 20 at 4x. So you can get an extra 26 damage from this, but the thing is that you got to be spending a lot of energy, and realistically, I was not spending that energy. So yeah, it would probably be better to just go with that with what I was doing, but that's okay. I like to nerf myself a little bit just to make it a little bit more fair. Just kidding. Plus 8 range. This is quality of life. You could do the other ones if you really wanted, but I think range is better. And then increase crit chance by 10% and increase damage multiplier by 0.2x. So yeah, we're going for big damage on the explosions. It's hard for me to know what's actually happening here with all this shit going on. It's viral. It's supposed to be viral heat on the explosion, right? Big viral, big heat, and then the crit chance, crit and damage multiplier, and then the stats chance, bro. The stats chance is so fucking high. You're gonna be getting all those viral and heat procs very quickly. But yeah, sorry about the misinformation in the middle of the video talking about how it does heat when it actually does cold. My bad. Whoops. I got the fucking elements backwards in my head. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to join the Discord down below in the description for future content and streams. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I love you for making it all the way to the end. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and peace.